Alright, hello guys, and today we are here with the Tyrant Delta Summon. I skipped video because, oh well, this is the first one of the Atomic new series that they should work with, but, and, well, so far, it doesn't really look like a great start. I'm gonna try and wrap this up as fast as possible for y'all. So let's start off with the ultimate Atlas Race crit attack of all eyes, which is whatever. I mean, it's a start, I guess, to keep buffing all allies, which probably comes from the Chronicles chapter, if you read it. I personally didn't. But yeah, the crit attack buff isn't really anything unless you already have crit rate. And so that's 2 hit damage, which is whatever. I mean, why can't you get extra hit of damage? So yeah, I have this skill one here. Inflict 2 hit damage, enemy for lowest defense. Not much here. Single enemy with low defense. Now let's energize. So yeah, even though it says let's energize, she only does her stuff, gets the buffs, which the buffs are good for her self at least. The buffs are good, but it's the latter buffs are good, and she just involved, and she just brings a new tire mechanic, which also does look good itself. Great stack, great attack, and damage by 10,000. Each time 10 stack like and says their way inflict double damage instead of on single enemy, maximum of 20 stacks. So this means that this can practically only be like, what, cast it twice. So yeah. And then it brings back the strike combo, inflicts word down to enemy, and then raises she grants 3 tyrant and recovers 1 SP. So yeah, the thing is, you send down to switch it by itself, and then when you awaken it, it goes down to 1 second, which in my opinion is pretty crazy. So this awakening is awaken 5, so yeah. At least that means that with 1 CT second, like every 2 seconds, she deals damage to get the tyrant stack, which will help her proc her passive faster. Though, if you really do want someone, it would be way better to go for this shadow at the beginning. I personally went for him myself, as you all saw in the post I made before this. I got him. He's a tank, and he's still pretty much like the best tank. Best right tank, or probably best tank in the game at the moment. But of course, with the restriction, that's only the right part of it matters. Since he has the Chrono Burst, which pretty much makes him overpowered for any content like World 3 and Chronicles. He pretty much hyper carries you for that stuff. Worth re-rolling for right now, if you can get him, and worth summoning on way more than this Delta, really. Like, I can't really. Like, this unit has avoided me back on its release and then back on rerun. And I'm finally glad to get him because, man, they really cooked 1010 with this design. He grants parry, which is pretty much just invincibility, but as you can see here, for a single hit or a multiple of hits, as you can see, when down to the C during the effect duration, notifies the damage and the effect once. As a notification, removes 1 parry from self, so yeah, as you can see, like I grant parry here, 2, and then he grants 2 parry here. This pretty much just means he's invincible for like 2 hits. So yeah, knowing that, he's granting down reduction to all eyes, and then as well granting shields damage, and also giving a ton of buffs with skills as well. His awakenings are also pretty good as well. Overall, in my opinion, this show is definitely worth it. And still not so much. Even she can be a strong DPS, isn't worth selling for. So if you like the other right DPS we have, are do a good job of support and DPS. So realistically, if you're just someone outside of like a potential rifle pull, it's definitely not worth doing it for this delta. Will say it's a cool art though, so that makes me wait for the other 7 shades. So yeah, that's about it for this video. And don't summon. So yeah,